G'day and welcome into the studio for our 2024 YouTube Rewind, where we take a look at what was hot and what was not across our channel in 2024. 2024 has to be remembered as the year of the S's, with our splicing and soft shackle videos continuing to take center stage, but our shorts building up a whole new viewership, focusing on sailing, which of course is what this channel is all about. Have to start by thanking you, the Bottom Up Boats crew, for coming on board and making our channel such a success in 2024. With over 1.6 million views across 64,000 hours of watch time, we had 6,000 additional members join the Bottom Up Boats crew across the year, taking our subscriber count now to over 14,000 viewers who are regularly joining in to watch our updates. In the second half of the year, we focused the sailing action on our short content, making over 60 short videos of all our adventures on the high seas. The views from these exploded in the final quarter, with over a third of our total views coming from the shorts content, with most of them coming from the shorts feed, where 70% of the viewers couldn't help but swipe away and stayed on board to look at some of our racing action. So let's get right into it and count down the top 10 shorts from 2024. Coming in at number 10 is the crew on GTR, crossing the Strangford Bar with wind against tide in the annual Ard Glass race. The crew on the rail wasn't quite expecting the big wave that jumped into the cockpit. Coming in at number 9 with over 19,000 views was a day where we were short crewed and no one wanted to be the bowman. So I had to step up and do both jobs, steering in the race and running forward for the drops and sets. Coming in at number 8 was a video from February with over 23,000 views, where we showed you how to master the anchor hitch. At number 7, one of our memorable moments from racing down in Corkweek, where we created a gap between several boats to get off the line in a good position with the IRC 1 and 0 fleets starting together. Next up was another starting video, which was very popular across our content in the year, with over 26,000 views, with some close action at the SLYC 2-day event. The next one was another video from our exit out of the Narrows on the way to Ard Glass, with the whirlpools creating quite some havoc for the skipper and the crew as we raced along with over 7 knots of tide helping us as we punched out of the Narrows. Then it was again a little bit further out of the Narrows where we buried the bow of the J109, when I sort of got a bit of the steering wrong and put the bow straight into one of the biggest waves as we made our way over the bow. It was then off to the annual Narrows series, where we managed to get a great start on starboard, hitting the pin with speed and lee bowing the fleet. It was some great scenery and some tight racing. It's always fun to leave the Strangford Lock Narrows. Then it was back to some great action and giving you the jib trimmer's eye view as we hit the shoreline on the way out of the Narrows, once again in the annual Ard Glass race. And then coming in at number 1 was what I thought was a fairly harmless video, but it generated 80,000 views and over 40 comments, where we discussed a port and starboard downwind. I wouldn't have thought anything would be quite so confusing, with many people discussing the rules in the comments. It was quite a bit of fun, and if you want to learn about port and starboard while heading downwind, I suggest you jump in and take a look at the video and then read the comments to learn a little bit about how you would manage that situation if you got yourself in it yourself. And if you're new to the channel and if you haven't checked out these videos, you can always head up to the card up in the top corner to look at the 2024 Top 10 Short playlist. Another new addition to the channel in 2024 was our cool new merch, which you can pick up in the product links below. We've got some great offers through January, including 25% on in the first couple of days. And if you missed that, 15% offers later in the month. So click on the links below to pick up some of this cool gear. Why don't you show everyone you're part of the Bottom Up Boats crew by picking up some of our great tees, hoodies and hats from the merch store link below. When switching over to the long form videos, we met our goal of publishing at least one video per month, which generated over 1 million views, up over 114% from 2023. With the algorithm putting the thumbnails out there over 13 million times and 4% of you choosing to jump in, we once again hit new heights. With an explosion in the first half of the year due to a simple iSplice video. So after we taught you how to master the iSplice, which ended up with over 550,000 views, 250 comments with a 96% like rate, with over 6,500 of you giving it the thumbs up, we doubled down on that content, which produced our second and third most popular video. We show you how to master the iSplice in Dyneema rope, putting in a thimble, and doing it two different ways, before finishing off with probably the first splice that many of you would all learn, which is the traditional 3-stranded woven rope iSplice. Each of those videos are evergreen, with many people learning new skills. The least successful video for 2024 was an edit of our live stream of the 2023 Hobart start from the majestic Sydney Harbour. Still haven't quite mastered the live content yet, but we're looking forward to maybe upping our game with some new tech to try and take our live content to the next level across the 2025 season. And the other thing that continues to disappoint, but it's something I'm continuing to focus on and will hopefully get through the whole series, is our reviews of the America's Cups. We've made it up to the 1876 America's Cup, where Magdalen defeated the Countess of Dufferin, and we're not going to give in, and we're going to continue to make some more historical content to record the greatest and longest running event in world sport. Throughout 2024, our sailing content got a lot more views, which couldn't make me happier, because that's really what the channel's all about. The race to Ardglass featured heavily in our shorts, and if you haven't checked out the race review of that one, you should really check it out. The beautiful Strangford Lock on a sunny day with wind against tide. It's hard to beat for a racing venue. Our away day for the 2024 season saw the crew finally make it to Cork Week, something that's been on the bucket list for the crew for some time now. Royal Cork Yacht Club held a magnificent event, putting on some great racing that created a whole lot of footage, both of GTR, but some fantastic other boats. And the highlight for many of the crew had to be getting on board the legendary Imp, winner of the Fastnet race and still going strong. It's a stripped out racer at heart, and it was fantastic to get on board and talk to the crew, as well as pass it on the race course a couple of times, making some memorable moments as we looked at the Jolly Green Giant sailing by. So that finishes our 2024 Rewind, where we looked at some of the great short and long form content that you, the Bottom Up Boats crew, tuned into across 2024. Here's to a great new year, and looking forward to seeing you on the seas as we continue to publish all of our sailing content from our adventures on the high seas.